Let's be honest, who hasn't envied Ryan Reynolds at some point? He's successful, hilarious, and ridiculously fit. So when I stumbled upon an article detailing his daily routine, I was intrigued. Could I, a mere mortal, hack the system? Thus began my week-long experiment, living like Ryan Reynolds. My usual routine was comfortable, predictable, and frankly, a bit boring. I worked from home, snacked often, and considered scrolling through social media a valid evening activity. This challenge promised a complete overhaul. Would it live up to the hype? Reynolds is known for his early mornings, often starting his day before the sun even thinks about rising, and let me tell you, it's brutal. The struggle is real, folks. My alarm blared at 6 a.m., a full 2 hours earlier than usual. The sound was jarring, like a foghorn in the dead of night. Groaning, I stumbled out of bed, feeling every bit my non-celebrity age. My body protested, my mind was foggy, and my bed seemed to call me back. But I had a mission. First up, exercise. Reynolds is a huge advocate for fitness. His dedication to staying in shape is legendary, and it's a big part of what makes him the perfect Deadpool. I opted for a 30-minute high-intensity interval training workout, something I hoped would get me close to his chiseled physique. The workout was intense, pushing my limits with every rep and set. Sweat poured down my face, my muscles burned, but I kept going, channeling my inner Deadpool. Breakfast was a protein smoothie, a far cry from my usual sugary cereal. I blended together spinach, kale, protein powder, and a mix of fruits. The result was a green concoction that looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. The biggest surprise? I felt energized, not exhausted. The combination of exercise and a healthy breakfast seemed to kickstart my day in a way I hadn't expected. Maybe this early bird thing wasn't so bad after all. As the morning progressed, I found myself more productive, more focused, and surprisingly, in a better mood. The early start gave me a sense of accomplishment, a feeling that I had already conquered the day before most people had even woken up. I took some time to plan my day, jotting down tasks and goals in a journal. This simple act of organizing my thoughts made a huge difference. It felt like I was in control, steering my day rather than being swept along by it. I even squeezed in a few minutes of meditation, something Reynolds swears by. Sitting quietly, focusing on my breath, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. It was a stark contrast to the usual rush and chaos of my mornings. By the time the clock struck 8, I had already achieved more than I usually did by noon. I felt accomplished, energized, and ready to take on whatever the day had in store. Waking up with Deadpool might just be the best decision I've made in a long time. Day 2 brought the challenge of work. Reynolds is notorious for his work ethic, juggling acting, producing, and his various businesses. While I didn't have movie sets to attend, I did have deadlines. I implemented Reynolds' approach: focus on one task at a time, eliminate distractions, and take short breaks to maintain energy. The biggest hurdle: coffee. Reynolds reportedly limits his caffeine intake. As a self-proclaimed coffee addict, this was a true test of willpower. Surprisingly, by the end of the day, I felt accomplished and clear-headed, not jittery and burnt out. By day 4, the initial novelty of the challenge was wearing off. The excitement that had fueled my early mornings was starting to fade, and the reality of the commitment was setting in. Each day began to feel like a battle against my own willpower. The early mornings were still a struggle, and I missed my evening Netflix binges. The comfort of my bed seemed more inviting than ever, and the allure of late-night shows was hard to resist. But I knew that sticking to the routine was crucial for the challenge. However, one aspect of Reynolds' routine truly resonated: family time. It was more than just a scheduled part of the day. It was a deliberate choice to connect and bond with loved ones. This was something I realized I had been neglecting in my own life. Despite his hectic schedule, Reynolds always prioritized spending quality time with his wife and kids. He made sure that no matter how busy his day was, he would carve out moments to be present with his family. This dedication was inspiring and made me reflect on my own priorities. Inspired, I made a conscious effort to disconnect from work and engage with my loved ones. We played board games, cooked dinner together, and found joy in simple activities. These moments became the highlight of my day, bringing us closer and creating lasting memories, and simply enjoyed each other's company. We laughed, shared stories, and rediscovered the joy of being together without the distractions of technology. It was a refreshing change from our usual routine of scattered interactions and screen time. We decided to establish a new tradition of having tech-free evenings, where we would put away our devices and focus on each other. This small change had a profound impact on our relationships, making us more connected and present in each other's lives. The challenge taught me that family time is not just about being physically present, but about being emotionally and mentally engaged. It reminded me of the importance of making time for the people who matter most, and the incredible value of shared experiences and genuine connections. Weekends are meant for relaxation, right? Not for Ryan Reynolds. He maintains a consistent routine even on his days off. This meant no sleeping in, no lazy brunches. Instead, I opted for a morning hike followed by a healthy brunch I prepped the night before. The challenge was finding a balance between sticking to the routine and enjoying some downtime. I allowed myself an afternoon off to relax and recharge, but I made sure to stay active and avoid falling back into old habits. One cannot talk about Ryan Reynolds without mentioning his physique. While genetics play a role, his diet is a crucial factor. Throughout the week, I followed a clean eating plan inspired by his reported preferences. This meant lean proteins, plenty of fruits and vegetables, and healthy fats. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive caffeine were out. Staying adequately hydrated was another key component. I carried a water bottle everywhere and made sure to drink consistently throughout the day. Ryan Reynolds is open about his struggles with anxiety. He manages it through mindfulness and meditation, practices I incorporated into my week. I started each morning with 10 minutes of mindfulness, focusing on my breath and observing my thoughts without judgment. In the evenings, I practiced guided meditation to unwind and de-stress. These practices, initially foreign to me, became surprisingly grounding and helped me manage the stress of the challenge. After a week of living the Ryan Reynolds life, I was exhausted but exhilarated. The challenge pushed me far beyond my comfort zone and revealed surprising truths about my habits and capabilities. I learned the power of discipline and consistency. Sticking to a routine even when I didn't feel like it yielded incredible results. My energy levels soared, my focus sharpened, and I felt a sense of accomplishment I hadn't experienced in a long time. While the experience was transformative, could I maintain this level of intensity long-term? The early mornings were grueling and the strict diet, though effective, lacked the flexibility I enjoyed. However, some aspects of Reynolds' routine were worth integrating into my life permanently. Prioritizing exercise, even if not at his level of intensity, was crucial. So was the emphasis on mindfulness, healthy eating, and quality family time. Living like Ryan Reynolds for a week was an eye-opening experience. From the moment I woke up to the time I went to bed, every aspect of my day was meticulously planned and executed. It wasn't just about the physical workouts, but also about the mental and emotional discipline required to maintain such a lifestyle. While I may not have achieved his level of sculpted abs or comedic timing, some things are best left to the professionals, I found myself appreciating the journey more than the destination. The laughter, the small failures, and the moments of joy became the highlights of my week. It was a reminder that perfection isn't the goal, progress is. I gained valuable insights into the power of routine, discipline, and self-care. Each morning started with meditation and journaling, setting a positive tone for the day. Yoga sessions helped me stay grounded, while a well-structured daily planner kept me on track. These practices, though simple, had a profound impact on my overall well-being. The challenge proved that even small changes, consistently applied, can lead to significant results. Whether it was hitting a new personal best in a workout or simply feeling more energized throughout the day, these incremental improvements added up. Celebrating these small victories kept me motivated and focused on my goals. It's not about becoming Ryan Reynolds, but about becoming the best version of myself. This journey taught me that self-improvement is a continuous process, and it's okay to have setbacks along the way. What matters is the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may be. And that's a transformation worth striving for, one hilarious morning at a time. Embracing the fun and joy in the process made the experience all the more rewarding. It's about finding balance, enjoying the journey, and celebrating every little win along the way. This week wasn't just about fitness, it was about discovering a healthier, happier version of myself.